Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We have a new collection from Creed, the Amber Universe, launching with two new fragrances, Centaurus and Delphinus. Both are beautiful amber fragrances that capture the warmth and enigmatic energy of the cosmos. I absolutely love the marketing and the new direction that Creed is taking. I really feel like with their recent releases, they've been making a big statement about the change in direction that the company is going. I've been saying this ever since they launched Carmina, just going in a new, very modern direction. You know, Creed is very known for their very luxurious, very classic kind of ethereal, natural smelling scents. I really feel like since Carmina, they've been telling us we're doing something new, which I love. And this new Amber Universe collection really solidifies that to me. Very different than what you expect and what you think of when you think of Creed fragrances. So we do have these two new scents and they were launched as a duo. Both are completely unisex, but one is meant to be slightly masculine and one is meant to be slightly feminine, like a little bit softer. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with Centaurus. And I want to show you this pamphlet that they gave me that is supposed to kind of help show the feelings that these fragrances are supposed to invoke. So you can see here, Amber Universe, and then on the inside, it has the constellations. The feeling of Centaurus is supposed to evoke this unbridled magnitude. And in the pamphlet here, they use the words powerful, daring, and magnetic. And inspired by the largest constellation in the cosmos, it is a fiery, woody amber scent with notes of tobacco, pink pepper, cinnamon, cardamom, sandalwood, patchouli, tonka bean, and bourbon vanilla. And there are some floral notes in here as well, like heliotrope and jasmine. With geranium, this has a nice resinous tolu balsam note with ambroxan as well. So you're gonna get a nice bump of performance in Centaurus. I've been wearing my samples for a while now, and I've had the bottles for a few days too, so I've been really gathering my thoughts on these two fragrances. So this opens spicy, but at the same time, very bright and airy thanks to that ambroxan and those floral notes, that heliotrope. You get a tobacco right away with this nice kind of suede leather undertone. It feels smoky, but more incensey than necessarily like smoky. Kind of like a nice dry incense. Very balmy and resinous and a bit balsamic. Immediately, to me, it feels like the holidays at home. Like I love fragrances that embody that feeling for me. There's a lot of complexity to Centaurus. You get this really pretty, rich vanilla, but not thick at all. Like the amount of ambroxan in here really helps give this very ethereal, airy, almost effervescent quality to the fragrance. It doesn't feel dense or heavy like you would expect hearing these types of notes, but it's not. And in that way, it makes it a bit more classy and a little bit more wearable, because typically when you think of like dark, thick tobacco, like vanilla scents, it seems a little bit more situational. This is something that you could really dress up in very typical Creed fashion. A super refined tobacco amber scent, really just amber at its absolute finest, and really comes to life on the skin as well. Just really warms up and blooms off of your skin. And the heat of your skin as well is also going to really pump up the spices on this. Now I would try this in store. Of course, you need to test these in store, because I did notice on some different skin types, there is something in here on certain people's skin, not on my skin. I didn't find this quality in my skin, but there is something about it that on some people can have a bit of this like cumin note for a bit, not the entire life, maybe for like 20 to 30 minutes on the skin in the opening. You'll get this kind of like cumin, slightly BO quality to it, but it seems like it's only on some people's skin. Like for me, I don't get that on my skin personally, but I have smelled it on other people where it did have that. So just look out for that. It's a sweet amber in woods with this creamy sandalwood. Really beautiful and masculine. Definitely this is the masculine counterpart. I don't feel like a lot of women are going to really resonate with this. I feel like this is going to be something for the guys. There is some sort of relation to this though, to something like Creation E from Roja. It doesn't really have that like, well, it doesn't have that Coca-Cola quality, but it just has that ambery, like very resin dominant vibe that you get with Creation E, and the spices as well. And that same kind of like sparkling quality. The spices and tobacco work so well together here. It is going to be a star in the colder weather. And I can very confidently say this is an absolute beast. Easily 10 to 12 hours on the skin. This will last all day long with a very strong projection. This is one of the Creed fragrances that performs just immensely. This is a strong performer. You're going to have a scent trail a mile long. It's very impressive. And as it dries, the spices kind of tone down a bit, and the tobacco in here actually takes the center stage with a nice woody base. The florals are very minimal in here, like almost non-existent. I really feel like they're just playing a role in the backbone to add a bit of sophistication and elegance to the scent, and just to kind of help boost the fragrance, make it feel more complete. Gorgeous quality, perfect for the fall and winter. Like, this is literally fall in a bottle in my opinion. You get this kind of cozy by the fire vibe with a lot of elegance. But now I want to talk about the second release, which is Delphinus. You can see the nice orange bottle here. I do also really like the new Creed bottles, but Delphinus is designed to be more of this ethereal, dreamy, radiant fragrance. It is amber with a rich, deep orris butter. The notes in here, we have black pepper, incense, almond with pink pepper, heliotrope, orchid, orris butter, patchouli, tonka bean, amberwood, leather with a bourbon vanilla. So you will find that there are a lot of similar notes between the two. They're just really done with a different personality. And this is the one also that I prefer to wear for myself, but I love Centaurus on a man. But this is definitely the one that I feel like more women will like. I think that a man could easily wear this, especially if you love amber and iris. But I think that Centaurus is going to be just a bit much for a lot of women. So this is the one that personally I really like to wear. So this opens. Wow, it is an iris lover's dream. And it's crazy how you do actually perceive this kind of like dreamy feeling. There's a charmingness here. You're going to get way more like toned down spices in Delphinus than Centaurus. It's all about the orris butter here, and it is very buttery and creamy and warming, velvety smooth. It feels very opulent and rich. Very minimal smokiness too. The incense is more of a supporting note in Delphinus, kind of supporting the mid, you know, it's kind of holding the top and the base together. You get a very strong vanilla in here as well, very creamy too, with this nutty almond. I do really like the way that the almond is done in here. Very high quality. There's nothing Play-Doh-y about it, nothing synthetic whatsoever. It is gorgeous, and it does become a bit of a more green iris as it dries, but it still stays incredibly creamy. Maybe that greenness is coming from the heliotrope, but mainly with this I get amber, iris, and vanilla, with light spices kind of dancing in the background. It dries decently linear. It's not going to change too much. It is a beautiful iris. It is so incredibly modern. Not the typical style we see from Creed. I am incredibly excited to see all the new additions to the amber universe. I think that it's a very cool concept. I love the whole idea of it. Fragrances that really evoke that kind of like spirituality feel. I think it's very cool. The almond in Delphinus is pretty prominent on the skin, and the performance here as well is going to be a bit lighter. I get around like 5 to 6 hours of performance with Delphinus, with a medium projection, but a bit closer to the skin, especially compared to Centaurus. This new collection still carries that classic DNA and quality from Creed, but just done in such a new way. Very pricey. I am going to put that out there. For a 50 ml in this collection, you're looking at $400 and $545 for 100 ml. It is insanely pricey. There's no way that I could come on here and say if it's going to be worth it for that price for you personally. It is a huge investment, and these are not very casual feeling fragrances either. They really feel like they're meant for an occasion. They're powerful, they're elegant, they're show-stopping. Top quality oils and blending. Spectacular releases, I really enjoy them. The best thing to do is to get out to your local Creed boutique and to try them in person. Ask for some samples and really do some full wears on your skin. But guys, that was just my first impression review of the new fragrances from Creed, Centaurus, and Delphinus in the Amber universe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below what you think about this new collection. What do you think about the price tag? I would love to know what you think. Would you ever invest that type of money in a perfume? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.